Yep, it's cold, rainy out. We're talking Cummins swap today. So, we're in here taking a look at how we're going to mount this Cummins. So, I think I mentioned this in a blog or something, but I'll mention it in this video. So on an inline 6, a Ford inline 6, dimensional wise, length is the same as the 4-cylinder Cummins. So I know that'll fit in there that way. But now see, right down here, our V8 mounts into this piece right here, which looks like it's bolted in and can be removed. But on the inline 6, what they did is they made some, like a stand, right? And then it goes over where this giant hole is for the oil filter. And as you can see, there's holes for the bolts already, which is pretty freaking convenient. So what we'd end up doing is once we get the V8 out, we'd remove those V8 stands, and then we'd have our inline 6 ones ready to go. Put it down there. Now, inline 6, obviously our mounts come out over here, where the stands are going to go, and they stick down. I haven't measured the angle, but I'm hoping they're kind of at a 45-degree angle, because that's kind of what the Cummins mounts look like they're going to go down to, is they kind of stick like that. It's kind of a weird angle. Not a weird angle, but weird for our application. And again, same for the other side. There's a hole as well, so it's gonna need, the other plate. But what I'm thinking is we can get those plates from the yard, mounted in here, and then our Cummins should bolt right into that. That's what I'm hoping. We may have to modify it, I don't know. But yeah, anyways, just looking at this inline 6 and comparing it to what I've seen with the Cummins online, is that the mounts are relatively in the same position. So what I'm hoping is if everything is kind of relatively in the same area, or if it just mounts up and it's basically sits in the same distance as the inline 6, then I think we'll be rocking and rolling. So yeah. So anyways, that's a quick little brainstorming session for you, kind of show you what I'm up against here, or what I'm thinking of in terms of motor mounts. I think I might be able to utilize this combination of Ford engine stands and Cummins mounts, and if that ends up working out, then I'll just order from Cummins some new liquid filled motor mounts, if at all possible, and then we'll be able to get that thing to sit in there right and have the vibrations of the engine hopefully dampened properly. It's probably why they did the liquid filled, but yeah. So anyways, we'll just we'll have to go to the yard and grab our stands so we can put them down in there, and we'll probably get some new bolts. I'll do some grade 8, something really nice and sturdy, and then yeah, that's gonna be awesome. We have some parts. We have a fuel hose for our tank. We have a vent gasket. We have 2 of them. One for this tank, one for the front when we get to that. And we have our new sending unit installed. I'm gonna get out of my truck and see if I can put this up in there without having to remove my hitch. If I do, then I'll have to get my socket set and pull that down. My God, I forgot how much of a bitch putting that or dealing with this rear tank is, but I got it in. Giggity. She's in. Should be nice and sealed up. It shouldn't leak. I've got new hoses. Look at that. New hoses. She's all plugged in. new clamps. It's got a replica or replace OE style replacement fuel hose, or fucking, I can't think, fuel filler hose neck thing. And it's got new fuel line, and then I use a piece of Honda vacuum tube to extend the vent hose because it's just enough for the hose to hook up if the tank were already in there. So it's like, okay, well, I extended that shit, and now it's easier to deal with when the tank is down. You can plug it in. You can actually plug it in without having to fuck with it. It'd probably be easier next time to just take the bed off to deal with the tanks. I think that's probably just, you know, unhook the wires, unbolt it, get a couple guys, lift it up, move it to the side, and then just do all your shit there. That's probably what we're gonna do, and then we can, you know, wire wheel the frame and stuff and clean it up. So let's start this thing up. Got half a pump. Yeah, there we go. I'm gonna risk it. I'm gonna put 20, or actually it'd be 19 gallons of fuel in there. I've got, well, I don't know if it's exactly a full tank, but because the front sending unit on this front tank is a bit cattywampus, so we'll get these panels up. We'll go see. It shouldn't leak. It's got new hoses. They're tight. They didn't move. I got the right size, and the fuel neck hose is tightened down. Probably about how it was when I took it off. And that was on there pretty tight, so we should be good. Okay, it works. Rear tank. I put 18 gallons in, or actually 17.79, and that's about where she reads. So for every tick mark is about a, I don't know, half a gallon, I don't know. It's kind of weird. Gauge is kind of designed weird, but that looks about right. So it's got 17.79. Cost me $55, which is almost double than what I pay in my Mazda 3. But now what I want to do is pinch off that rear, or the front tank, because actually I'm going to burn through the front tank, pinch it off. And the reason for that is because the selector valve leaks and basically, or doesn't switch at all. It just leaks and doesn't switch, and it'll allow gas from the front tank to go to the rear tank. So it's kind of weird, but you know, hey, maybe I should, you know, replace the front tank with a 19-gallon tank, and then have it set so that it sucks gas from both tanks. Yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah. Well, anyways, I'm happy with that. I'll keep it on the front for now so I can burn through that tank, and then switch to the rear. And as far as I'm concerned, oh, there doesn't seem to be any leaks, except for my gas cap. I forgot. I put that cap there because up here it was leaking and making gas smell, so I'll just buy a new one. I'll leave this thing here tonight, buy a new one later. So anyways, that's it for today.